Hi there, it's Mark, answering a quick question I got, which I thought was better to do a little video on rather than just add some text so that everyone can benefit from this. The question was, can I save the edits? Can I reapply the edits? And the answer is yes. Now, the question was raised on my last video, which was all about blend modes. And in that video, we did an edit in color effects, and then we took those over straight into analog effects. Now, you can't, to the best of my knowledge, save the edits across both as one entity. However, I will show you in the short video how we can edit one in color effects, save that. We then go to analog effects and save that. Then we bring the second picture in to color effects and just apply that save, jump into analog and apply that save as well. It should all make sense when I show you. But in order to do that, I've got to get off the screen to give us the full width of the screen to better demonstrate them. Frankie and Mia, and I must admit I kept forgetting which was which of the two girls here. Both were scary though. Need editing, so we are going to do that. It's clearly from the same photo shoot, so it would be good to have exactly the same look and feel that is on those. And yeah, I'm going to go. But before you go, don't forget those discount codes. Check out my last video for all of the crazy deals. See you very shortly, and I'll leave you in my capable hands. So here we are in color effects, and I'm just going to apply a preset. I'm going to choose this one, back from the past. And back from the past, as you can see, is a whole bunch of filters over here. We've got color grading, image borders, detail extractor, that's 2 detail extractors, a color noise, levels and curves, reflector effects, and so on. Why have I got 2 detail extractors? Well, it's not unusual to use filters more than once. You could, for example, like your detail extractor in different degrees of application, changing the detail slider, changing the saturation, and you might use local adjustment masks to apply it to different parts of the screen. So it's quite feasible you'd have them. However, in order to prove that this is a customized setup, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of the image border, and I'm going to get rid of the levels and curves. No, I rather like that still applied. So there's our recipe. We could have changed some other details or whatever. So that's our recipe we end up with. If we come over to presets and click on the little hamburger sign here, we can choose save the preset. And I'm going to save it as Silent Hill, because I'm going to use this to apply to all the other Silent Hill nurse pictures. And I'm going to, if I've got local adjustments in there, I'm going to save the local adjustments. I don't usually save the local adjustments because although I want the same look and feel, sometimes the subject matter is a bit different and I want to address that accordingly. However, that's up to you. So I'll save that. And normally if I'm going to return to a picture, I would use the non-destructive edits by putting a check in there. I'm actually not going to bother with that. And so I've got my preset saved. And if we come over here into personal, you can see we've got our Silent Hill preset. Anyhow, let us move on. I'll come up here and we'll jump into analog effects. And if we look at personal in analog effects, you see there are no presets. It hasn't come over, and I wouldn't expect it to be honest. But let's do something in analog effects. Let's do the light leak that I was fond of in my previous video. Let's change the blend mode on this light leak to color burn, and let's use the opacity to bring this down to somewhere like that and actually change the center of it. Oh yeah, dead center. There we go. So assuming I'm happy with that, and turn the brightness up a little bit. Assuming I'm happy with that as my edit, and that's something else I want to reapply, then once more I can come over to presets. I can save my preset. I can also call it Silent Hill. I've just added the number 2 for clarity so that we can see when we look at presets, they actually aren't both there, and we will save. And let's apply that. Okay, let us now load up this picture into color effects to start our journey again. And as soon as we land in Color Effects, I'm going to go to Personal. I'm going to go to Silent Hill. That all gets applied. And then I'm going to come up here to Analog Effects. And I'm going to go to Personal, Presets, Silent Hill, and that gets applied. And then I just click Apply. Back in Sunny Lightroom, where I started my journey, you can see the two different pictures and they both had exactly the same presets applied across two of the Nik Collection. I hope that helps. I hope it all makes sense. Keep the comments, keep the questions coming. I'm always happy to answer them. Might not always get a video out of them, but I'm always happy to answer them. Now, I don't know if this video is big enough to go on YouTube. We'll push it up there and see what happens, shall we? Please check out the previous video on blend modes, which we've just seen in operation, and the one before that on masking. And don't forget, I have some discount codes. All of those details are in the notes below the previous videos. And I will get on with the rest of these edits because I've got to get these edits finished today and off to the girls. Bye for now.